Hey guys, welcome back to another build. This one's going to be a member build and they gave me free rain. We've already done a fire type build, we've done a fire type belly drum build, so we're going to do a flying type build. Charizard, flying type tera, held item shell bell to restore health the more damage we deal. Max EVs in HP and attack. The animate nature, max IVs and everything except special attack. The ability doesn't really matter because we're using flying type moves. The abilities are only really useful for either special attacking builds or fire type builds. We don't have any special attacking setup, that's why we've gone with the physical build here. Terra Blast will be a flying type move after we Terra, but before we Terra we have a little bit of a weaker move. It can't miss, I guess that's something. It's going to be Aerial Ace, Swords Dance for setup, and then Breaking Swipe to lower attack if needed of our opponent before we Terra. So let's just get straight into a couple of raids here. So the first one we have, it looks like it's going to be a 6-star bug type Titan. It is super effective against us, but only after we terrestrialize, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so there is a player reset at 60% time remaining, so I'm going to see if I can possibly do as much damage as possible before then. So I'm thinking 3 Swords Dance instantly, straight into the Aerial Aces. Okay, so 3 Swords Dances. So what has gone up is the Snowscape, so that's a bit of a pain. But doesn't matter too much. There'll be the odd raid where the Titan will just be Snowscape spamming our raid for some reason. We're going to use a 3rd Swords Dance here. Looks like Umbreon's trying to paralyze it. That'd be nice if that hits. Snowscape, yeah, looks like it's going to be one of them raids, so I don't think this will challenge us too much. But after we terrestrialize, it might switch up to actually using Ice Spinner. There was an Aerial Ace. It's not done too much damage, but it's gonna just keep doing damage until we can terrestrialize. It's not a really powerful move in all seriousness. That's the only problem about flying types. There's not too many strong flying type moves, physical attacking wise, so you kind of have to settle with Aerial Ace unless you're either using Terra Blast or it's a unique Pokemon that's got a fun move that does a lot of damage, like, what's that Pokemon called? The Toucannon, for example. It's got that flying type move that's actually really good. Okay, so now we're going to terrestrialize and use Terra Blast. I'm hoping we can get that shield broken before we get nullified. That'd be nice, but we'll see. It will be doing more damage now, not only because we've terrestrialized into flying type, so we'll get the extra stab, but also because we are using a stronger move now by 20%. Well, 25% of what it was, I guess, something like that. Okay, there we go. Increased power by 20. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, Snowscape. That's fine. Snowscape. Yeah, trigger moves. So now it might actually switch to Ice Spinner because it is super effective against us now. I'm hoping we can... Yep, okay, one more attack might break that shield. Removes negative effects from itself, that's fine. When was that? At a 50% HP remain? Yeah, it switched to Ice Spinner now. And that's going to do a lot of damage. We're going to get some health back here though. And boom. There we go. Do some nice bit of damage there. Break the shield, give us a free turn. Hopefully, okay, it can't KO us. We got enough health back. The shield has broken. You're gonna use your... No, it's gonna use Snowscape. Better for us. Honestly, okay, Yawn. That was the random trigger move. So I'm glad it didn't hit us. Oh, we're not gonna get an attack away here before he nullifies. I was hoping we would. We didn't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to Swords Dance while the other people hit. Do we use 2? I'll just stick with 1. We'll use 2. It's used Snowscape, so we are going to use the second one. Oh, the Snowscape went. I probably should have attacked there then. I didn't know when it was going. Can't move, it's paralyzed. Even better. And now we'll switch back to Terra Blast to do damage. We don't really need to be in a rush now, because we're not getting... We was against the time. I was going to see if we could get the raid done, or as close to done as possible, before we got nullified, but seeing as though that's already passed, we can just chill now. Snowscape, it kind of had a feeling that I'd go up there. Okay, so now we just need one more Tera Blast and it's pretty much over. And boom, is that going to end it? Yes, it is. Half time remaining. We love that. And Titan actually has the possibility of dropping all Mystica, so hopefully we get at least 2 out of it. That's what I expect when I take out a Pokemon that drops all 5 Mystica. If we get at least 2, it's a nice raid for us. Let's see how many we get. We get 1. Unfortunate, but at least we get 1. Let's move on to the second raid. Okay, looks like the second one's going to be a 6-star bug type Galurk. This one should be interesting at the very least. Let's begin. Okay, so we're just going to use Breaking Swipe at the start and lower its attack because I want to see what it's using. I'm pretty sure it'll use Shadow Punch. Yeah, okay. Critical hit. Yeah, of course. Okay. And I guess we'll just use it again. Boom. Why not? I don't want to use Cell Stance yet because at 90% of its HP remaining, it will play reset. Wait, did we just use it anyway? Shadow Punch. It's not doing much damage. Removes negative effects from itself. Okay. I'm just going to use... I'll switch to Aerial Ace. Just to do a bit more damage because it's on quite low attack right now. And that will make it use its play reset, hopefully. Okay, Shadow Punch, not doing too much. There's the Nullify. And it's also stat reset, so it doesn't stat reset for the rest of the raid. So I want to get a couple of actual Breaking Swipes in there, because it does use Curse twice at the end of the raid, at 50% HP and 35% HP. Shadow Punch, yep, expecting that. And now I want to just start using Soul Dance. So there's the first Soul Dance to put us on +2 attack. And Curse will also increase its defense, so that's another reason I want to use it as well. I'm going to use another one here. I'm pretty sure we can survive this. That crit at the very start is what makes it a little bit awkward for us at the start here, because we should have a lot more health. But we're going to use Aerial Ace here to get a bit of health back. I'm hoping it's enough to survive at least another hit. So 90 health, back to 27. Okay. Okay, I'll just use Aerial Ace again. And boom. There we go. I kind of want to get into... I don't want to Terrestrialize. Ooh. It used Dynamic Punch to do a lot less damage. We happily take those, because now we can use a Heal Cheer to get rid of the confusion and heal, so that we're in a lot better position than earlier. And hopefully we get more than a small heal. Okay, we get a small heal. Not the end of the world. We can survive 2 more attacks. So this turn and next turn. And that'll give us a chance to use a Soul Dance. Oh, we might be able to survive another on top of that. So let's use Soul Dance and see where we're at then. Okay, so I'm a little bit worried about the Curse. But we're going to use Soul Dance, and when he uses Curse, that will put him on +1 defense, so he definitely needs this Soul Dance. There's that. Is he going to use Curse? I have a feeling he's going to use Curse like as soon as he can, so I think this is the time we Terrestrialize. We will be weak to Ice Punch now, but I think this was still the right time to Terrestrialize. Let's see what we can do. Without that crit, we could have got on +6, I'm pretty sure, like quite easily, but sometimes you can't control stuff like that, so it is what it is. We use Tera Blast, and that should be a decent amount of HP back. Back to 212. He hits the Curse, increasing his attack and defense. Okay. Drops his speed, but he was slow anyway, so that doesn't matter. How much is his Shadow Punch doing? Okay. I'm going to use Tera Blast. I would risk it with another Soul Dance, but just because I want to get the shield down in case we go down, I'm just attacking. Ice Punch, yeah, oh, his Ice Punch is not doing that much damage. I know it's off Terra, but I just didn't know. Okay, so attack and defense gets boosted again. So now we're now we're in a position where we just need to get that shield down. So we're going to keep attacking. I don't think one shot will be enough to take down the shield after that second curse, but we'll see. It wasn't. Hopefully the AI managed to just get one hit away or something and take down the rest of the shield. Okay, we get ice punched. Please don't freeze me. Okay, Mega Horn, Heracross, goated. You might be the reason we win this, because now the actual Golurk can attack for a turn, and it would have finished us off because we're not doing enough damage here to get enough health back to survive a shot after that last boost that it had. Boom, get back to 160, and now we're going to use Terra Blast again, and us and Umbreon are going to finish this raid off with our attacks, and boom, it's gone. Golurk was, I'd say that was a reasonably difficult raid, especially after we terrestrialized. Okay, he's just going to use Ice Punch anyway. You have freezes as well if you want. No? Okay. Okay, we take down the Golurk. We love that. But that's going to be our physical attacking flying type Charizard. Honestly, not the best flying type on the game, but it's a decent build enough to take down 6-star raids. As you've seen, I'm going to put the last build that we did on screen right now, so you can go check that out if you want to. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more builds in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.